because when we have our meetings, we do not have time for a presentation. So what we do is we give our members and guests the opportunity to come on the chat show where they can talk about their business at a slower pace. They get more than 10 minutes. They get anywhere between 10 minutes and an hour if they want to use it all. And we do it live on LinkedIn and Facebook across my profiles, where we have over 10,000 followers. And the idea is to get more eyes on our business, on our businesses, on our guests' businesses and our members' businesses. And it also gives our members the opportunity to show the world their skills and experience, and hopefully gives you a good idea on what they can do for you and your business. My name is Bobby Semple. I am the founder of Bobby's Business Club. I also run Simplified Recruitment Solutions, which is a low-fee recruitment company servicing all of Australia. And I did some maths recently over this financial year just started. We've actually saved our clients just under $100,000 on recruitment fees, and even more importantly, we've saved them over 150 hours of work time. Rather than writing job adverts, chasing candidates, following references, we do it all for you. But that's enough about me. It's not about me today. It's about Namiki. Namiki, do you want to tell us a bit about yourself and introduce yourself to the world?
Sure, Bobby, thank you. I love what you've saved business owners. It's incredible. That's why I love to, send them over to you for supporting their recruitment needs. So what about me? Okay. I run my own consultancy business. You'll see it up here, Business to Business Buzz. The systemology sits under it purely because we offer two services to service professionals in business. And it's really all about systems, business systems, systemizing the business, or installing marketing systems and robust systems. So I want to present a little bit today about a topic. We're finding ourselves in a controversial environment, a volatile environment, and businesses are getting affected. So I wanted to bring a bit of a marketing perspective to that conversation today. And I'll share a little bit more about me in one of the slides as well. So
beautiful.
Happy to dive in when you are.
Yeah, whenever you're ready to start, you can share your screen if you want to.
Let's
you can just talk, whatever you want. We're totally in your control now, and whenever you're ready, take it away.
Let me know if you can see my screen.
I can see.
Awesome.
I can see, but it's not in presenter mode. It's all.
No, it's coming into presenter mode. Here we go. All right, I might just decrease our size as well. So, yeah, what I wanted to do was, have this conversation and share some insights and tips and some, thoughts moving forward, strategies moving forward. So, looking at effective marketing systems and how that can help other small business owners, SMEs, adapt to changes and achieve some sort of resilience. And also, try and future-proof some growth, or at least sustain their current state in, the volatile environment we're operating in. And I suppose what we're talking about really is it's fast-paced now, and it's becoming faster and faster, and things are becoming less and less predictable. We've got lots of technology disruptions happening. We've got lots of things happening around the globe, things happening to our planet. It's affecting us as human beings, as people, individuals in our home, in our homes or in our life, which has then a ramification for businesses because it impacts how your clients and customers are going to be spending money or thinking, about what's going on for them. So, we want to be able to take that into consideration when we're talking about looking at systems and marketing systems specifically. So that volatility is creating uncertainty. It's making it challenging for us as small business owners, and because it's making it challenging for all the customers and consumers out there. So what a volatile business climate can do is it can create increased competition. So I just want to bring some of these things, to your listeners, our listeners' awareness. It can shorten product and service life cycles as well. So what was working, what was a great product line or service line, the volatility can shorten it quite considerably without you even realizing it. Or, you've realized it if you're not, on the ball with your data, it can be a bit late. It's going to be changing customer behaviors, and it's also going to be forcing some evolving consumer preferences as, everything changes around us. And as I mentioned, the emerging technologies like AI, can affect and disrupt cash flow and profitability. It's going to make it challenging to be able to plan and execute effective strategies. So what can we do about it? Well, we want to adapt to these changes. We want to achieve some sort of resilience as owners and founders for the business, of course. So what I want to do is explore some of the the value behind marketing systems as a business asset. I believe they actually empower business owners to build resilience and run a robust business and have, back-end assets supporting their strategy, their vision, and where they're heading. So, yeah, who am I? I have worked in sales and marketing with corporate companies in the past. I used to run my own products-based business when my children were little. So that was natural skincare for babies and children. So I've run a product-based business. And now I'm my own consultancy, which is business to business buzz. I do call myself a marketing systems architect, because I actually design and bring together marketing systems, CRMs and solutions for business owners. And we do the business systemization services through Systemology as well. All right, so building resilience into your business. How? We're going to have a look at how building those marketing systems contributes to one important aspect, which is customer engagement, and then sustainable business growth. We'll look at what the key components of an effective marketing system are, how they contribute to resilience, and then how to leverage marketing systems and strategies to stay ahead of competition and, keep that strong presence in the marketplace, even through, highly volatile and changing times. So let's look at the customer engagement and sustainable business growth. These things are pretty much interwoven throughout. And I've just tried to sort of segment certain things to crystallize them as ideas, concepts, and steps and strategies to put forward, to move forward with. So having marketing systems is, it's a process, and all about them, Bobby. You're awesome at business processes and systemizing. And the marketing systems actually streamline that lead generation and nurture follow-up. So it enables a business to capture and nurture leads really, really efficiently when there's a proper system in place, rather than those ad hoc marketing activities that seem to get done quite often and very commonly across businesses. So I also advocate implementing some sort of lead scoring, automated follow-ups, and targeted campaigns that allows businesses to, have higher quality leads, higher conversion rates. What does all that mean? What do I mean by lead scoring? It means assigning an actual value to your leads, your prospects, and what that means for your business as a customer. So it might be someone could have a score because they're a hot prospect, they're a warm prospect, they've been introduced by a referral, versus a cold lead and outreach, sort of say maybe on social media, you're not quite sure. But what it means is it enables you to very quickly look at the data in a CRM, in a marketing system, and be able to, very quickly figure out where you need to apply your time next, how to bring, those customers aboard those prospects and leads aboard a customer journey experience. And then automated follow-ups. You want some sort of automation sitting on the back end to be able to do things that, you shouldn't have to, or your team shouldn't have to be sitting there manually soaking up time doing, right? Some automation is going to give you some of the cutting edge above competitors who aren't implementing these things. So key components. All right, I'm going to share the key components, Bobby, of what I believe an effective marketing system looks like. These are the ones we execute and implement in our business and our clients' businesses. We need a way to attract. We need an absolute pivotal marketing message, magnetic messaging. I call it voice your value. And you need to have a message for that particular client persona, that particular target market, right? So it's quite possible business owners are sitting here going, yeah, but we can service all these industries, we can service all these people, no problem. No one's asking you to stop servicing them. But when you're putting marketing messages out there, the more specific you can be, the more those messages will land. So attract is a very important piece, and your messaging might need some refreshing at some point, given the volatility and the changes. Then you need a way to capture them. You need what we call a value magnet, a lead magnet, a way to engage them to say, I'm interested in this information you're sharing. I'm happy to provide you with, say, my name and email address to receive some of that information, that first point of contact. And then for services businesses that we mostly work with, you want some sort of an appointment funnel, having conversion conversations to be able to push them into or funnel them into a meeting and a conversation at some point. And then we're looking at the conversion piece, which is, what does that customer buyer's journey look like? Nurturing those needs along the way and having some automated process when you're scaling, automating, optimizing, and systemizing. And that builds out a client flow engine. So we heavily believe in the client-centric marketing model. And at the end, I'll show you where you can get this, an additional video resource that goes into more detail on that. You just click on the link and you just watch the video. All right, so let's look at leveraging strategy and systems. It's all about collecting quality data. So when the market is unexpected, different, not what it has been, right? And change is just happening faster and faster, as we said. That data, some of it might be past date. I'm not going to get, into data specifics here, but what it means is that data is becoming more and more valuable to you in your business. So you want to identify your target market. You want to be thinking about conducting thorough market research to understand their needs, preferences, and behavior in today's climate and what they anticipate. And quite often, for businesses with a pool of clients that they've been working with, they're your best source to begin with. You have those conversations with your clients as you're delivering work, products, and services. So take note, make those notes, add them into your CRM, add them somewhere into your database, and start seeking what the patterns are. So we'll keep going. So you want to leverage that data in your CRM. You do want to identify any patterns, any repeatable comments, needs, struggles or frustrations. That will help you spot any bottlenecks that you might have in your own business, any problem areas, and it'll help you map out a plan to address those. But it will also help you have a system for analyzing customer data. And when you're identifying patterns for their preferences and emerging interests, then you're going to be able to leverage that for growth. So it's all about the data and it's all about informed decision making. Making sense? Yep. That's it. All right. So here's a takeaway message. Anticipate your customer needs as best as you can. Because if you're understanding the customer's experience at every stage, you're going to be able to deliver relevant content, relevant offers, support. You're going to give them that lovely, seamless, and satisfying customer journey, which is what they really want. And in many cases, it's better than throwing ideas or something into AI to see if it sticks, because you can then intelligently use the AI to support those marketing activities. And that's for a whole other presentation, of course. So looking at leveraging your strategy and your systems. This really is all about leveraging a CRM, marketing funnels, and automations. This is the stuff we love to do and we're passionate about. But you're starting with tailoring those marketing messages to resonate with those different customers, leads, prospects, even clients. When you're upselling and cross-selling them to different services, you need to, appeal to them with your messaging at the different stages of their buyer's journey. And you want to use email marketing campaigns, automated, obviously, to send relevant content, product recommendations, exclusive offers, whatever it is for you in your particular business, in your particular industry that makes sense. So you want to be able to leverage an actual system, a strategy around your marketing. We're not even talking strategy much today, but an actual system that's going to help you take them through that buyer's journey seamlessly. So you want to implement that performance tracking and analytics and have some sort of data dashboard, right, to monitor the effectiveness of your marketing strategies. You want to be able to, at a glance, see what are the marketing activities we're undertaking as much as possible as this data is collectible. And then what's happening along that buyer circle, along that funnel. So we're having so many maybe interactions on social media. That's leading to reach outs and messages on social media. Can we capture that in some way? We're having this many website inquiries. We're having this many referrals come in. The next stage in your sales pipeline is probably going to lead to a meeting, as we said, a booking and a conversation. How many of those get booked, and then how many of those will go into becoming or move forward to becoming a client? That's what we want the system to be able to do, give you some intelligent data, and so you can make informed decisions. Your system wants to be able to tag. I'll tell you what that means in a minute, and have a series of automations do the things that shouldn't be done manually anymore. Support you with your sales pipeline, email automation, and a whole stack more for that beautiful customer experience and even pre-selling. What are tags? For those of you who don't know, in a CRM, quite often you'll have the opportunity to add tags to your contacts. And these tags, think of them as the opportunity to be a conductor in an orchestra. Your tags will enable you to conduct a lot of activity in the automation sequences. There are other ways to do it as well, but tags will help you identify and even move people across pipeline stages or have that information applied. So a tag is like a label. Sorry, should have gone back. A tag is a label you can apply to your contacts in your database. So you can ascribe a lead tag to a lead, a prospect tag to a prospect, and a client tag to a client, and then sub variations of all of those important things for your services, products, and so forth. But it actually helps you then filter and identify who some of those hot prospects and leads are that you want to work with, talk to a bit more, in combination with some lead scoring, in combination with understanding where they are in that sales pipeline, that buyer's journey. So tags are like a conductor of an orchestra. Think about it that way. All right, so and here we're at the stage where you want to be looking at what that customer journey experience is. We've spoken about it as pipelines and stages, and you want to be able to optimize the conversion rates. You want to be able to optimize how many move to the next stage, how many will convert to a client in the end. So if you're getting that data and statistics across the board, then you know where people are. It's just much clearer, it's more visible, and your whole team can get in on progressing, following up with leads, prospects, and even clients. You want a sales pipeline, a customer care pipeline to touch base with them every so many months, and little is for the team to say, yep, time to reach out, make a phone call, see how that client's doing. All those little touch points are important. So you need to have some understanding of what this customer experience map looks like for your business. Let's go forward, not back. So in optimizing conversion rates, you want to look at those key conversion points in your customer journey where they actually take the next step, analyze them for potential improvements and make those improvements. And then leverage that data that you're getting to uncover the insights into the behaviors and make some data-driven decisions and increase those conversion rates again. So one will be, some of them when you map it out will be obvious. Others you'll need to dig a little bit deeper into data, comments, notes, and things like that. So yeah, a robust marketing strategy and system is definitely an asset to your business. And it definitely will support you in becoming more adaptable and resilient. You're going to be able to collect valuable data, analyze it, act on it. You're going to be able to use it to fuel your marketing strategy and decision making. You're going to be able to nurture your prospects and your clients throughout that customer journey. You're going to be able to understand your client personas better, the changing landscape for them, which is for all of us, and any shift in their current or anticipated problems and needs. You're going to fuel that back into your decision-making, back into your strategy. You're going to be able to leverage automations to segment your database, make relevant offers along that buyer cycle, and support your marketing activities and everything you want to do for your business. But if you're sitting there saying, yeah, we don't really have something like that, or ours is a bit all over the place, we've got a bit here, bit there, you don't have such a system and a strategy, then it's possible your competitors may well have one. It's possible your business over time will struggle to adapt. And it's possible business resilience will fade. The markets will move, and it's possible your business will stay behind. It's possible your clients might even move on. And it's possible your prospects will actually overlook you. And that's, a question you need to answer. Where's that going to leave you? So think about it. And if you want some further resources, reach out. So you can go to client-centric-marketing.au, just .au/CCM. I'm going to pop that in. Well, there's no point popping it in the chat box. We're going to put it in the links in Facebook and LinkedIn. Or you can connect with me on LinkedIn. That's where I'm most active, and that's where I'll see your messaging. And you can email me as well at namiki@business2businessbuzz.com. But if you want to watch that video, you'll get a chance to book in some time and have a conversation about what your marketing funnel strategy and system isn't, and what that might look like. So just a short chat. That's pretty much what I wanted to share, Bobby.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Namiki. And I love doing these things because it allows me to listen to the experts, and we do these every so often. And I feel like I'm having a one-to-one with people and getting all that information for free. Like you guys are getting this great information, and it starts the cogs turning. So sometimes you forget about it, or you say, I'll get back to that. And then once you start talking about things, I need to get that sorted. We need to do that kind of thing. I know I've got to get that sorted. I've got to get my lead magnet sorted. So it's nice to have this reminder. And don't think that you've got to do all this at once. But if you are, you really want to get it done, you don't have time to do it. This is why we have experts around us like Namiki. So you can reach out to her and she'll be able to guide you through it, so you don't have to waste any time and you can get action points done straight away. I've got some questions for you, Namiki. So your marketing and processes, what came first? It's like the chicken and egg. Is it the marketing that came first, or was it the processes that came first?
It's a great question. I think in the beginning, when you're finding even though I've got a marketing background, postgraduate master's in marketing, that was in the old days when it was for corporate and large companies, not really amenable to small business. So there was, for me personally, the journey was a lot of trial and error, and learning from those who had however many steps ahead of me, 13 years ago now, to update my, online marketing skills. Start my video.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was trying to stop you sharing the screen. And,
let me stop sharing my screen. I'm so sorry. Yes, of course. Yeah,
you're totally fine. It was easy. I pressed the wrong button. So
all good. All good. So really it was first it was the activities and testing and measuring, and then it was refining the process and building a system. That's been my journey. And I recommend business owners, they actually seek advice and get a system in place, because there's enough known now. The digital space has been around a long while. AI is new, but there's enough help to be able to shortcut all that trial and error and testing. So testing and measuring, there'll be enough testing and measuring as part of your marketing activities and focus. So yeah, get the strategy, get the system together, and that'll just, take the business in leaps and bounds, moving forward.
And it is amazing what you learn about your business when you start to write down or document the processes. You can see where things might fall down a little bit, but also you see opportunities to create more revenue just because you have a look at it and go, there's a business within that process alone. Yeah. So it's really cool to do that.
Yeah.
You mentioned lead magnets. Can you give us an example? I know it's difficult because every industry is very different, but can you give us an example what they could look like as a lead magnet?
Yeah. So a lead magnet I call them value magnets. It's something you give that's of value to your ideal client, your perfect prospect. So someone who doesn't really know you very well, or they're still getting to know you, you need to give them an opportunity. You need to give them something for free, some educational piece of content, something really helpful and useful. It could be a PDF, a checklist, a video, a case study, a white paper. It could be lots of different things, depending, again, of course, on what your particular, audience wants to consume, what they'll find most helpful and valuable. And that then enables them to start to get to know you, like you, and trust you in baby steps. If they haven't been a warm referral, we're not talking warm referrals necessarily, even though it's helpful to give them some of those lead magnets as a bit of a resource on the side. But in essence, it's, you need to develop some presence. You need to develop a know, like, and trust. And when you offer that, you are building your database, as you know. But yeah, you're building your database. You're capturing interested leads and, moving them along the pipeline to become a prospect, having a conversation and so forth. Does that answer your question? It's a bit long-winded.
Yeah, no, it's great. Because some people might be confused about what that could be. And so for me, I have things like in the recruitment business, I have our job advert template that you can use. You also have a job description template, 50 questions to ask in an interview. And these are free resources that I've created so people can download them. But they're paying for that via giving me their email, so I can still continue to keep them in that chain of information. And that can be very different for any industry. You might want to give out a book. Some people do books as a lead generator, as a lead magnet. There's so many different ways. And in a way, this video, this recording, this live that we're doing now, is a lead magnet for not only myself, so Bobby's Business Club, for members guests to come and join us. It's also a lead magnet for Namiki, because then people see this, they see she's an expert, they want to learn more. And so everything we do across socials is really a lead magnet in a way. You mentioned tags, and I love tags. Can you give us an example, again, a very high level example of what a tag could be word-wise and what that could trigger in your CRM?
Yeah, I love that topic. I'm very passionate about setting them up properly because I learned from someone many years ago. Again, I invested in a mentor whereby a tag is a descriptive of what needs to be applied to that contact in your database. So, for example, if they've said, I want that lead magnet, I want the recruitment questions, you would have something like either LM : for lead magnet, or lead magnet : and then 20 questions, right? So you're not just saying they've downloaded a lead magnet. You want to get specific. You want to drill down to say, oh, it's that specific lead magnet they've downloaded. They're interested in that. Then they've booked a meeting. So which do you have different types of meetings? Well, say meeting or meet : and then what that meeting is. They're a client or a customer. You'll have client or customer : and then what service or product have they purchased from you? And then you go down your list of services and products. And what that's going to do is you can use it to orchestrate a series of automations whereby only clients who've purchased this will receive this, customer experience through our CRM in terms of emails, added value, invitations, whatever it might mean. Yeah, it can get quite complicated. You need to remember to keep it simple. But if you start all of your tags at the beginning with what the tag is, and then the detail of it on the back end, you're just going to make life so much easier. I've seen I've seen things where it's just one word or a couple of words for anything. And when you're trying to search for a tag to keep everything consistent in your workflow automations, it's impossible to find. But if you're looking for lead magnet, you're looking for LM or lead magnet : and then you'll find the right lead magnet to assign to someone if you need to do it manually or do something in your workflow. Hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah, and that's a great tip about abbreviations, because you only get so much space for characters anyway, and to make it easy for you to go and search for that, to add that on. Because at the end of the day, what we're trying to do is free up you, to give you more time in your business to do whatever you need to do, rather than having to do these things manually. And the best thing that I've heard from you is by adding a tag, it can action a certain amount of steps that you don't have to do yourself. And that could be something like a newsletter that goes out every month, or it could be an email that goes out every 2 weeks, only to those people with those tags. And then we can then start to get that marketing that's going out. Let's say if we go into bookkeepers as an example, then we can make sure our content is talking to the bookkeepers about what the bookkeepers' issue is. And it's so powerful then, because then that person really feels like they're being listened to, and they go, oh my God, this person knows what my problems are. And then all of a sudden we've got higher from that. So very powerful.
Spot on. Yeah. And can I just go back to exactly what you said? It enables for that personalized experience in the customer journey, because you're really, you might have, I like interest tags as well. So you'll have the word interest : and then what they've expressed interest in, and you can trigger those in emails so that if they click on something, it'll apply that tag, and then they'll get more information about that particular service, product, blog content, whatever that might be. And that again then helps warm up your database, your contacts, your audience to, this is what this business does. This is what, they're sharing this valuable information. It's spot on. I wanted more of this information. I wanted to learn more about it. They're giving it to me. So you build that relationship. Really, really important. Yeah.
And there's so many ways you can use that. As you're talking about that, I was having ideas in my head about how I could do things. And let's say that you meet somebody and they really like reading books, and you know about 20 other people who also read books. So as an interest, you could put a tag as books, whatever, that makes sense to you. And let's say you know a really good book, you can then go and get that tag and send that email to all those people with that tag on. Hey, I know you like books. Have you thought about reading this book? And so all of a sudden you get moving away from business. You're trying to build that relationship outside of business to do something that's personal to them. And all of a sudden then you kind of catch people off guard, don't you? Because they're kind of like expecting it to be, a lead magnet, but it's not. You're just going, hey, you should read this book. It's pretty cool. And then you've sent that to 100 people because they've all got the same tag. And then all of a sudden, with one click of a button, you contacted 100 people, all to do with one book. So it's pretty cool.
Spot on. And you're growing those relationships. Yeah, absolutely.
I have one last question for you, and this answer cannot be a CRM. What is the number one software tip? What's the one thing that you would suggest businesses get to help them with processes or make their lives easier, but it can't be a CRM?
Well, that's great. Most businesses need a project management software, right? And they also need a place to house their systems. So I love System Hub. That's the how to house systems. Find a place to house your systems. But you need project management software. If you're not a business that operates out of job management software like some industries do, where they monitor a whole team in a field and they do it elegantly. If you don't have that, and if you're a service professional and you're running client work, you can run that really effectively from project management software. Set up your tasks, have your instructional how-to system, links in those tasks for your staff to go through when they forget things. And that just segues beautifully into taking care of your internal business affairs and your customer and client facing work as well.
Is that something like Monday?
Monday.com, Asana, I use Nifty, Trello boards. I've seen Trello boards are used effectively. There's a whole host. A whole host. ClickUp is becoming very popular. A project management software is just, what it means is if you've got like systems, if you've got repeatable tasks that go across what you do internally in the business or across your client-facing work, it's just, here it is, duplicate it, tick it as you go, done, and everyone's on the same page.
Yeah.
And you're, even if you're a solopreneur, you're on the right page and you know where you're up to.
Yeah. And it is so much easier once you have the processes written down and you follow them yourself. Even if you work on your own, you don't have a team, it means that you're consistent. It also means that you're going to be so productive because you'll get so good at doing those steps over and over and over and over again that you'll do it in your sleep. And that's where, we look at the biggest businesses in the world, like McDonald's as an example. If you go to McDonald's in Japan or America, they make the Big Mac the same way. And they make the same way because it's been cost analysis, the analysis of the cost of done on it, the time it takes, all these things then equal how much they get out of the Big Mac, how much money they make on that. But they can only do that if they all make this Big Mac the same way, because it makes it more efficient for them to be able to charge you $5 for the Big Mac. Having those systems allow them to franchise because they can just copy them over and over again. And I was going to mention, so one of my favorites is Zapier, or Zaps, let's just call them, because I know there's multiple options. And one thing I like to use that for is my booking system. So say if someone books into Bobby's Business Club and they want to come to a meeting, that goes into my CRM into new guest. And then if somebody books in who I already know, that goes into a different department. But what it means is that if it's somebody I don't know and they book into Calendly, all their data is going to go into my CRM automatically. So I don't have to go and type it in. And so even just those little things,
yeah.
And then you can start to ask it to put it into a spreadsheet if you want, or you can ask it to put tags on it. And again, we talk about the tag of Bobby's Business Club. Let's say somebody booked in to me to speak about simplified recruitment, and another person booked into Bobby's Business Club, and they're both new people and I've never met them before. They can go into my CRM via Zapier, have tags put onto them automatically, which will then send them information via email, and I've done nothing. So that saved me all this time. And this is what we've got to do, is get more time back so we can go and do the things that we need to do in our business, if it's sales or whatever it is, or even more importantly, go and spend time with our family or whatever. So we're not doing data entry. We've got to remember why we're here. We're not really here to be business. But Nikki, I'm going to leave it to you to close off. If you've got anything else to say.
I thought you closed beautifully there with Zapier and your specific example of it, yeah, absolutely. So wherever possible, it's, why, if there's manual data entry, manual movement across, platforms, CRMs, find solutions that will, automate what can be automated. Because at the end of the day, this is my final word. At the end of the day, we've built our businesses. We're not employed by someone else. You as a business owner have leapt out, and taken a risk to start your business. If you've got team members, then that just grows, that responsibility, right? So you want some return on your investment, because there's more to life. There's your family, your loved ones, your spouse, your partner, whoever you have in your life that matters to you, or the things you love to do. You want more time for that and more energy for that. So, do what makes sense to streamline, systemize the business, create assets as you do so in the business, and enjoy life. That's it.
Beautifully said. Thank you so much for your time, Amiki. Thanks for your experience, your knowledge, and giving it out to the world as a freebie for you to understand more how Amiki can help you. If you want to reach out to Amiki yourself, you can, or you can reach out to myself and I will do the introduction for you. But we'll see you next time. Amiki, please stay on when I close this off. And guys, we'll see you again soon. And if you're interested to come in to meet Amiki in person-ish online, then we suggest you come and have a look at Bobby's Business Club. We'll see you soon, guys.
Come into Bobby's. It's where it's happening.